Okay, so this is my update on what Linux distribution I did end up using and how I'm actually getting on with it so far. So, which one did I choose? Zorin OS or Elementary? I will let you guys know by the end of this video, and we'll jump into the operating system I chose and some of the reasons for doing so. So when I installed the operating system, I did install it as I said I would in a previous video. But this is a video I recorded before I made this particular video, so I'm going to go and play this on the screen now. I don't know if you guys remember, I said I was going to use a caddy hard drive in place of where my floppy disk drive would have been in my machine to help me transition to Linux easier. So what I did end up doing was buying a Samsung SSD. This is a 2 TB, as I thought I'd get quite a large one, as it would be my main computer hard drive for my Linux distro of choice. So as you can see, this is extremely useful. I will put a link down below where you can get one of these if you are interested, as they are really useful. But as you can see, this is a Kingston drive. So what I did in the end was I thought, screw it, I installed Linux distribution onto the Samsung drive via this by booting it into a live USB stick, and then installed it onto the SSD. And I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and place the Samsung drive into my computer's case, which I did. And then I thought I'll just put the Windows installed, which is this on this Kingston here, in here, so I can now easily boot between the two. So if I go back to my computer, and on my boot menu I can press delete or F2, and then I can go to the boot here, and I can choose either my Kingston drive or my Samsung drive. I'm not going to go ahead and click on to boot into my Samsung drive yet, and I basically set this to be my main boot when my computer turns on. So I'm booting into Linux, and I thought that if I do need Windows, it's here, and I can also put other drives in there for Linux as well. But I thought this would be the best way of doing it, and I have now pretty much made sure that Linux is my default boot menu. So that is what I've done. That is my update on installing Linux, and hope you guys found this part of the video useful. So as you guys, or some of you may have noticed, the operating system I did go with was Zorin OS. After doing a bit more research, I decided to try Zorin OS for a couple of reasons. One, because I like the user interface by default. This is using the default one. So it's a bit like Windows-like here. And also the main reason, after doing some more research, was that it supports apt and snappy and flatpak for installing applications. So I thought I'd probably get a better chance of getting things to work where possible in Linux, and because I'm used to Windows a bit more nowadays, I would say, than Mac, I thought it would be a good choice. I did go ahead and purchase the Pro. So these are the interfaces you get with Pro. So these are the 4 free ones. So this is like the Windows-like one that I'm using right now. And then you've got a more Windows XP style one. And then you've got, I think this is meant to be sort of Chromebooks maybe. And this is like the Ubuntu style one here, which I'm not a fan of at all, and probably won't be using that one. This is the Mac one, which I quite like, and I'm not too sure if I'm going to use that one. And I do like this Windows one, which I'm not sure, this probably is going to be one I'm going to end up using, but you guys will have to see when I'm actually using it more in videos and so on. And then you've got this style one here, and then a very classic, very much Windows XP style one. But for doing the rest of this video, I'm going to go ahead and just have the basic one, in case you guys don't install Zorin Pro. I wanted to support the developers for this application, as well. I went for a Pro, and it did come with some quite nice software as well. So I was going to quickly go ahead and run through some of the software that was pre-installed. So you've got a software interface here, where you can actually get software, if you guys aren't aware of that. So I'm probably going to remove these games from my system. Some of these applications I've not heard of before. I probably will keep this one, as that looks like it could be something like Audacity. I'm really keen to try this one out, which lets me use my keyboard and mouse on different machines. And Blanket, I will have a go at that, plays different sounds, I think. Blender I did plan to use at some point. This will be becoming useful for burning CDs at some point, I guess, so I will keep that there. I did go ahead and install the Brave browser. I'm really interested in how this one works. I'll probably do an in-depth review of some of these apps that come pre-installed with Pro, because I do like to make sure I take enough breaks when working on my computer, so I'll see how this one actually works. But you've got a default calendar clock. This colour picker, I'm actually pretty impressed by this, because I do use a colour picker daily. I was previously using it in a Chrome browser extension. It's nice to have this baked into the operating system itself. I have used that quite a lot already. Contacts I've not used yet. This will probably come in useful when I start managing pictures. And I'm going to go ahead and try a backup solution. I'm not sure if I like this one as of yet. I've not chosen one. Disk is obviously a default management. I haven't used this one yet. I'm probably going to keep this email client there, but I do use Office 365, and I use the cloud login for Outlook, so I'll probably not use that, but you never know. It might be a better alternative to Thunderbird, I'm not sure. This is an application I did install myself. I'll do a video review on this one very soon, guys, so if you don't want to find out more about that, don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe to this channel anyway, to make sure you're up to date with that, and make sure you ring the bell and press all notifications. So it did come with a few apps I'm not sure which I'm going to ever use. I'm not a CAD designer, so I probably will uninstall FreeCAD, but it's nice to know it's there. Of course, you can go ahead and install all these apps all on your own via the Software Center with the basic version of Zorin OS, the core. Definitely GIMP, I do plan to learn to use GIMP. Handbrake I do love, have used on Windows for many years. I'm not sure I'm going to use this one, it may get removed at some point. I do plan on looking at this one. Kdenlive I'm planning on actually using as my main video editor. I have been using DaVinci Resolve, but I want to give Kdenlive a good shot. And this is the actual video recorder I'm using to record this video right now. It's quite simple, it works pretty well. This is meant to be like a Photoshop clone. At the moment I do have LibreOffice on my machines, which is like a free version of Office installation. I'm not going to try and install Office 365 on my computer, but I do plan on using the web versions anyway, and it's nice to have these on the machine in case I do the local work. I might check out OnlyOffice, which is the one they recommended. I'm quite interested in finding more about this one, as I do like to map out my ideas. Nice to have OBS installed. I use Bitwarden at the moment, but I might check these out, see what they're like. And I have been using this, I quite like it. It's a desktop client, and I've used it for SSH into my servers. I probably will be using this one much more as a music player. And I have gone ahead and installed Tweaks, and I did install this one myself, and VLC was installed. I'm not sure which one I'm going to end up using, VLC or the other one. And Zoom was easy to install, which I did a Zoom call with a client the other day. And these are just all the default applications here that come with the core nothing spectacular. I did install Tweak because what I planned, I might be testing out the Mac interface, and what it does is, I'm not used to it anymore, but it swaps these buttons around to here. So what I've done, installed GNOME Tweaks, which I did via the terminal. A simple command. If you guys want to follow along with this, I'll show you the command I typed in to get this application. And don't forget, if you want to look at anything up online, guys, you want to use a word Ubuntu, you'll probably get a better result by typing in things like that in Google, because it is based on Ubuntu Zorin OS. So I open up the terminal, and I just copy and pasted this command and hit enter, and then I got this tweaks sent to here, which does quite a few nice little things here and there if you can change a bit more of the interface a bit more. But when on the Zorin Mac version, which I'm probably going to give a good go, quite like the slim version of it, it's either going to be this one, I reckon, or the Windows 11 style one I'm going to choose. But it basically, as you can see, it's popped all of the buttons the other way around, so I can actually go in and change this. I think I might have to close this tweaks down because it was obviously tweaking the last version. So as you can see, it does really look a lot like Mac. And so I think you can go to the top bar somewhere and you can literally just change them back to be here. If I can quickly find where that was, I will show you guys where that was, and then so you guys can do that if that's the sort of thing you guys might be interested in. So you've got left, so you can change it to right. This would probably be how I would use it. So window tools bar, and then I'll select it to be the right, and then when you're in stuff, it's much more easier to use than if it's over the other side. Definitely for someone like me as a Windows user. So let's go ahead and select back the default one for the rest of this video, just for your guys' enjoyment. So far I have not actually struggled to do anything at all on my computer the last couple of days, and I have done a few websites, emails, a program that I really am liking, which has helped quite a lot. I installed and have recently found in Windows, and it happened to be on Mac on Zorin OS as well, was this application. This has pretty much helped the transition very much so. But yeah, so that is basically what I've got, and to be fair, I'm pretty impressed what I managed to get done work-wise with this Linux distribution. It's probably the best one I've actually come across for a very long time. I do plan to daily drive this for some time, and I'll keep making videos on Zorin OS and other Linux related stuff. And I will probably look at going to try an elementary OS after all in a couple of months' time, but I really want to give Zorin OS a good go, and so far I just can't believe how good Linux has got, and it really probably is an alternative for many of us. So hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Check all the links down below. We're going to set up a few Discord channels and a forum possibly in the future, so stay tuned for that. Links all down below. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to subscribe. Until next time.